What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and as we roll into the weekend, my fellow agents, I wanted to continue the series at the channel where I revisit some of my favorite builds to use in the game. This one is based around the True Patriot gear set in St. Elmo's and is an absolute monster. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. And we are having a giveaway for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced July 4th of this year. As always, my fellow agents, we are going to jump right into the build breakdown. After that, I will show you some more gameplay footage with commentary. So starting with the specialization, I'm using Gunner, and the main reason for that is because, as I've mentioned in previous videos, when I'm playing, I like to be able to switch to the Banshee Pulse if I choose to on the fly. And the only way you can use that is if you have the Gunner specialization equipped. It also gives you some armor on kill, a rate of fire increase as well. And remember, regardless of which specialization you choose, have the proper weapons activated in your weapon skill tree. That way you're getting a 15% weapon damage bonus regardless of which one you're using. Once again, my primary for this build is St. Elmo's engine, easily one of the best weapons in the game without a doubt. If you don't have it, hit up Countdown, set your targeted loot to AR, because remember, when you're farming Countdown, if you don't get it there, you get those Countdown resources. And with those, you can go to the Countdown vendor, buy exotic caches, and hopefully you pick it up. Now, the reason this is so effective is not only because of its talent, where shooting an enemy with this weapon will give you 1 stack, and at 100 stacks, the next magazine will be 100% filled with shock ammo, and because we're using the combination of True Patriot and Brazos, it means when this talent kicks in, you're going to have 127 rounds of shock ammunition in your magazine, which is just lights out. I don't care if you're playing solo or in a group, it does not matter. Now, for my secondary, I am using the ACS-12 with the talent close and personal, and when it comes to your secondary and sidearm, really put anything you want. You know, I'll run with this, or I may choose, hang on, another great one because of this combination is the Banshee. As you can see right here, 93 rounds in this bad boy. It's insane. Once again, talent close and personal. However, as I said a moment ago, feel free to put anything else there you want if you have a favorite other weapon. Totally up to you. Now, moving on to the gear itself, you can see we are running 3 True Patriot, 2 Brazos, and the Ninja Bike. Now, anytime I put a build together around this backpack, it always sparks the question of why I've chosen this instead of a different backpack, which could potentially give me a much stronger talent on it. Now, in this case, I'm doing it so I can put together a build with 127 rounds in the St. Elmo's. And I know while many of you out there are thinking I do not need 127 rounds in this weapon, the other half is thinking, yeah, I want to see that. Like, I'd run this thing all day long. Remember, my fellow agents, this is just a template. The most important thing is to take your time and truly make a build your own. Now, making our way to the mask, you can see it's the first of 3 pieces of True Patriot, but because we are using the Ninja Bike, we do get the 4-piece bonus. 2 pieces 30% ammo capacity, 3 pieces 30% magazine size, and 4 pieces red, white, and blue. And with that talent, every 2 seconds, enemies you shoot receive a stacking debuff of red, white, and blue. Red is going to amplify the enemy's damage taken by 8%. White, while shooting the enemy, it is going to repair the attacking agent's armor by 2% every second. Next, we have blue, which decreases the enemy's damage dealt by 8%, and finally, full flag. Enemies that die under the effect of all 3 debuffs create a 5-meter explosion, dealing damage equal to their total health and armor, and on every single piece of gear, I am trying to stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage everywhere I can. Now, making our way to the body armor, you can see it's the first of 2 pieces of Brazos, but again, because we are using the Ninja Bike, we do get 3 brand set bonuses, and that third one is the one we're targeting, and that is how we're getting that 127 rounds in the magazine. You can see it gives you 50% magazine size, and that in combination with the True Patriot gear set is the only way we can hit that number, and we have to use the Ninja Bike backpack as the catalyst to get us there. Now, as far as the talent is concerned, you do have a ton of options. For me, it all depends on what I'm doing in the game. If I am running solo, I will use Obliterate, but if I'm running in Countdown, I use Vanguard because that is going to give 45% of my armor as bonus armor to all other allies for 20 seconds. And as you've heard me say multiple times at the channel, you always want to take what you're doing into consideration before you finalize a build or put it together or decide to use it in whatever it is you're doing. So always remember that. Now we have the holster. It is Picaro's holster, which is the second piece of Brazos. And this holster is absolutely perfect for this build because it does give you 3 3 core attributes. You have the armor, you have the skill tier for that second brand set bonus, and you have the 15% weapon damage bonus as well. And if you don't have this, farm countdown, set your targeted loot to Brazos. You will pick up one pretty damn quick. Pretty much anything in this build, if you don't have it, farm countdown. That's still the most efficient way to farm in the game. Last but not least, we have the knee pads and the gloves. And you can see they are the final 2 pieces of the true Patriot gear set. Once again, I'm trying to stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage everywhere I can. I'm sitting at 1.4 million armor, which I think is a pretty good baseline. Now, when it comes to my skills, I'm using the Crusader shield because that's going to proc Vanguard. And my other skill is either going to be the Banshee Pulse, which I have equipped right now, or the Assault Drone. It does depend on what I'm doing in the game. When we look at my numbers, you can see I'm sitting at 59.5% crit hit chance. Remember, the max is 60, 112.4 crit hit damage. And remember, those numbers are going to be dependent on not only the gear I have equipped, but having a Shade Watch of level 1000. Hope this video helped you out, my friends, and as always, questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. With all that being said, I'm going to start to wrap this up. I want to thank you all for your incredible continued support of this channel. I sincerely appreciate the privilege of your time. I'm going to leave you with that gameplay footage with commentary. However, as I mention at the end of every one of these, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. All right, my fellow agents. So first of all, I know I said in the video I would show you some countdown footage with commentary, but my microphone wasn't on, which sucks. But what am I going to do? What are you going to do, huh? What do you want from me? I can't go back in time. So we're just going to talk it through right now. So in the countdown footage, I was using the Banshee Pulse and Vanguard on the chest. Now I've switched to Obliterate on the chest because I'm running solo and I'm using the Assault Drone. Let's take out these nerds. Love this build. Biggest mistake I make when using this is I'm so used to a run and gun build, I find myself reloading when I don't mean to. So you want to empty this thing out every single time. Because as most of you know, when you... did it again. Anyway, you know, when you get used to a certain play style, it takes you a minute, you know, when you switch builds up to get used to it. So anyway, that's what happens there. Alright, so in yesterday's video, I posted a Striker Brazos combination, which a lot of people enjoy using. It's a lot of fun. Love that thing. And the reason I put that together is I put out a True Patriot build a while back, and people were saying, you know, they don't really like using that gear set. So do me a favor, let me know. Are you a fan of this gear set? Are you not? Do you use it? Let me know in the comment section. What are your thoughts on this thing? Oh, I love when NPCs line up. Fish in a barrel. All right, my fellow agents, that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for the privilege of your time. Let's see what we get. Let's see what it is. The Eagle Bear. Just kidding. Tardigrade. Anyway, fellow agents, thank you all so much. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. Talk to you soon, everybody.